Here we are for round 1. We win a die roll and have a pretty aggressive hand. Kind of tempted to leave with Nettle Sentinels because we have a Vanquisher to play on turn 2, but I think it's better to play the Paragon first, so these will get the +1/+1 counters. Looks like he's playing with Zoo. So here I'm going to play a Paragon and then a Nettle Sentinel. Alright then. I'm not sure how many cards I want to sideboard for this matchup. The Bailiffs are definitely good. The Primal Commands are okay, but Lead the Stampede is just way better. And I want my leads to be hitting as many creatures as possible, so I don't think I want to bring in the Primal Commands. Secondicity would be insane if it didn't let them draw cards too. Probably bring in the Dismember for Tarmogoyf too. As far as what to cut, I definitely want to cut one lead because we're bringing in... Oh wait, no, we're not bringing the Primal Commands. Never mind. So definitely don't cut a Lead the Stampede then. That's why, because if we brought in the Primal Commands, I would want to cut a Lead the Stampede, which I definitely just prefer to have all 4 leads. You cut like 1 Mana Dork, and then a Perfect, and maybe just not bring in the Dismember. I don't think Goyf is too much of a problem, so we just like swarm it, or just have a Vanquisher. This hand's not bad. Well, I was had a plan of casting Nettle Sentinel into Vanquisher, but drawing Arbor Elf obviously could change that a bit. So on turn 2, we can just play Vanquisher and Nettle Sentinel. We don't get to attack for 2. So we miss out on 2 damage, but then the next turn we can just play Champion and make up that 2 damage. Whereas otherwise if we draw land, we can't. So I'll go ahead and do that. That's also possible, he just burns our guy, which is fine. Like if he wants to trade 1-for-1 for all of my random 1/1s, I'll gladly do that. Although that could be a problem. That's a very unexpected card. So now, like if he just burns out your guys eventually, I mean you just keep drawing guys, and eventually you'll draw Lead the Stampede and just bury them in card advantage, but if he's got this just constantly ticking up, it's a way to kill us before we can really take over with all of our extra cards. Did not expect a Rancor either. I think I want to trade here. Like, his deck can't have too many creatures in it, so let's run him out of targets for that Rancor. Especially with this taking up, I don't want to just take 4 every turn. The next turn we can play Visionary and then Nettle Sentinel. Whereas if we don't block and take 4, we can do that as well, but then like we still have to like block this next turn or take another 4, so I'd rather just kill it now, I think. Unless he has a... Well, the problem is if he has a Tarmogoyf. But if he has a Tarmogoyf, we do have this, so we can still get around it if we don't die to it. So I'm going to block. And he's only got 2 cards left, so... So I think I want to stick to the plan of Visionary into Sentinel. Unless we draw a Mana Dork here. Hope he cascades into Rancor. Yeah. Rats. And yeah, like this would all be perfectly fine if you didn't have this shrine. So we're gonna be in shrine range here very soon. I'm pretty sure I want to... I almost want to cast this Warcaller for 1 rather than the champion, just so we don't expose the champion to burn quite yet. It's also possible we could lead and try to hit just a Mana Dork, but I think I want to play a Lord plus this Nettle Sentinel. Just to decide which Lord I want to play. His deck doesn't seem super creature heavy, so I don't think the Forest Walk will be super relevant. Just gonna hit him for 2 and then play this Nettle Sentinel. And then most likely... Oh wow, Elvish, that's an elf. Yeah, Bloodbraid Elf. That's awkward. Can't say I've ever had that come up before, except for with Mutavault. But Mutavault, I knew it was an elf. I'd forgotten Bloodbraid Elf was an elf. Yeah, that's awkward. Well, it looks like we have to race him now. Yeah, we're just dead to that, plus the shrine then. Well, that's awkward. Oh, we're just dead to shrine right now. Double lightning bolt. Oh well. Well, I will certainly not make that mistake again. I really wish we had like Viridian Shaman or something to bring in. I really don't want to bring in Nature's Claim. Very, very narrow. Obviously, I'm not bringing in Creeping Corrosion. But maybe the Spectrandicity is better than Lead the Stampede. I don't think so, though. Sounds pretty good. Draw some more spells. Wasn't the worst draw. I preferred an Arbor Elf or a Lantern Elf or Heritage Druid, but I definitely don't care about Stranglergeist. That was a pretty good draw, because now even if our... I mean, I highly doubt our Archdruid is going to live, but even if it dies, we still have a way to make a bunch of mana next turn. interesting that he fetched for a mountain. Certainly under some pressure here. But we are going to cast Lead a Stampede with Heritage to a Double Metal Sentinel, so hopefully that should allow us to put enough guys on the board that this Strang Root's not going to matter too much. Alright. That was obviously a very good Lead a Stampede there. So just play all of our guys, make a bunch of mana, and play a huge Warcaller. It's nice that he's just red-green, so he doesn't have Path either. Mana, so I can kick this guy 5 times. I'm going to attack for 7 and then play this. I think it's better. No, I don't think he can beat this board anyways, so